Asia-Pacific Ministerial Conference for Disaster Risk Reduction is the most important regional conference around disaster risk reduction, around building resilience. And the government of the Philippines has very generously accepted the invitation from my office, the UN Office for Disaster Risk Reduction, to host this conference next year. The conference will be held between 14 and 17 of October at the ministerial level. All member states of the United Nations from Asia and Pacific will come. Asia-Pacific is the most disaster-prone region in the world, and therefore it is where the most opportunities or most solutions for how to become more resilient can come. We invited Philippines to be the host because Philippines, because of its vulnerability, because it is so disaster-prone, has throughout the decades built a very strong resilience, very strong national disaster risk reduction strategy, but also in the local area too. There is a lot of resilience, and importantly, it is not only the government, but the academia, the private sector, the scientific and technological community, and the youth, who are all working and making efforts for building resilience. Now, the conference will focus on three things. One is how to invest more in prevention, how to finance disaster risk reduction. The second is inclusivity. Disasters affect everybody, but disproportionately. Women and girls, persons living with disability, elderly citizens, indigenous people, they suffer more. So we need to make these victims to victors. Third is localization of disaster risk management. How can we make our cities, the communities, much more resilient? And finally, this will be a totally multi-stakeholder conference with the private sector playing a big role. So I am very grateful for the government of the Philippines and, of course, the leader of this country, the president, because without strongest political will and leadership, we cannot accomplish the resilience agenda.